Hey everybody, welcome to Passionate About Music Education, and I'm Rachel Hartman. And today we're going to talk about marketing. And nobody would have thought when they went into music education or went into music training that marketing would be so important to our jobs, particularly if you're working in a school where you're trying to build up a program, a music program, or if you're running your own private studio from home or going in and out of schools. It's all about marketing. So in this episode, I'm going to give you a couple of top tips to help you think about how to market and why we need to market. Well, firstly, I'm sure you'll all know this already, but we need to market music education because it's shrinking within education. It's not as valued as it used to be. And also, let's be honest, it is a constant cost. It's an expensive hobby that you have to keep investing in. So for instance, children who take up the clarinet need to have a clarinet, they need to have the books, they need to have reeds, they need to have lessons. Then we encourage them to take exams. And this doesn't stop. It's not like do it for a couple of weeks and then that cost is gone. This is ongoing. As they get better and more able, they need to have a longer lesson, they need to have stronger reeds, they need to change their mouthpiece, they need a better instrument, they might want to go on more conventions or courses. They might want to go and study music at university and then need an A clarinet or a bass clarinet, or attend some clubs outside of school, some ensembles which parents have to drive them to. So that there is a constant cost, and that's really no different than if your child was doing football or horse riding or swimming. But there is also the other element of the constant need to practice as well to get good at music making. So we're asking parents to really commit a huge amount of money that is ongoing, and the student to commit an ongoing amount of time to get better. And we know that the value of it, we know it's a lifelong hobby, but that's where we have to start from, particularly when building a brand new program. So a couple of things that I think you should try, particularly when you go back to school in September. First one is your marketing in the classroom. If you're like me, a general music classroom teacher, and you've been teaching music to Key Stage 3, which is like year 7, 8, 9, and GCSE and IB, you have to do the marketing from day one, particularly with year 7. You have to sell them on the idea of music, but not straight away in the first week of term, because they're going to be, particularly if they're brand new into the school, overwhelmed with lessons and teachers and moving from one classroom to the other. So really a great time to push music lessons is after Christmas. You can do that sooner as well, do it in September, but then do another push after Christmas, because people are looking for a new hobby, a new thing to do, a new activity, and it's really great to do that. But you have to talk about musical instruments. Now, one of the things that I like to do in the classroom is try and encourage students to bring their instruments in. How will you ever know that you want to learn to play the cello if you've never seen it or heard it or tried it? If you've got a cellist in your classroom, encourage them to use their cello as much as possible in practical work. But even more importantly, why not get a cello out and give a demonstration, a 10-minute warm-up? Let the children try it, let them get the bones if they can make a sound. The same with a trumpet, the same with clarinet. We have to remember the traditional instruments aren't seen as much on the telly anymore, or particularly as our children don't even watch telly, they watch everything through YouTube or streaming. So their access is often to pop music or MTV videos on YouTube. I mean, not MTV because it barely exists, but YouTube videos. So how do children see cellos and violins, let alone try them and hold them? How would you be excited about learning that instrument unless you get that opportunity? So really market in your classroom as much as you can. Get those instruments out, get them trying, show them inspirational musicians, young musicians. There's so many amazing people out there at the moment. I mean, I love to show Trombone Shorty playing the trombone. He's super cool. Kids relate to him. He's got so much energy. He's making music really exciting. So find those real great role models to show in the classroom as well. Another thing for marketing is obviously email, especially if you're in secondary and you can email students. Back in the day before email, I remember making some invitations. So I went to a new school and I wanted to try and encourage students to join my band. So I printed out invitations asking specific students to come and join the band, come and join the choir, come and join the string group. And it had such a huge uptake, because it's really nice to be specially asked, to be recognised already for your talent, and to be encouraged to come and join, the new school choir or the new school band, particularly if you've gone into a programme that hasn't had much music investment for a while. Also sending out information to the student body, especially the students you don't teach. So, like for me, once I get to students doing GCSE, I lose some of my students. Or if I've gone into a new school, I don't know the IB or A-level students or the AP students. I don't know all of them, but I know some of them will be musical and want to be involved. So by sending emails out to all the students and saying, here are the rehearsals, here's what we're doing this term, here's the concert, and also celebrating successes, is a really great marketing tool, because then they're going, oh, there's music going on in school. Oh, there's all these activities. Oh, there's some auditions for the school show. Oh, I didn't know all of this. Because I don't know how your school works, but in a lot of schools you have these mentor sessions where notices are meant to be read out, and in the best will in the world, in 10 minutes when you've got your students, you've got to take the register, log onto a computer system, set up for your lesson. Those messages don't always get out to students, and it's nobody's fault. It's just modern society. So using that email is a really great tool for at least getting it to the students. Doesn't mean that all students are reading their emails, but at least you know that some of the students will get it, and then they will talk and they will pass that message on. I like to celebrate successes, particularly after concerts or shows, with parents and students. I think it's really important to thank the students, thank the parents for their commitment and loyalty, turning up, coming and watching the concert, bringing their children to the evening, and just keep reminding them how much progress the students are making. Everybody likes to hear progress. I also thank staff, thank staff in advance for allowing students to come out for rehearsals, or that there's a concert, encouraging them to come and watch, give them free tickets, and also afterwards thanking staff publicly for their commitment, for coming to watch the concert, helping out backstage. That everybody likes to be thanked. Everybody likes to be recognised. It takes 10 minutes to write these emails, and it will mean that you build a relationship with other staff. And if you're like me and you've often worked in a department by yourself, or with just a couple of people or part-timers, you really do need other members of staff to help out outside of your department, particularly if you're doing a big concert and you need some stage management or refreshments, etc. So don't forget to thank the staff. You can either do it one-on-one, or thank you card, bottle of wine, or a gift of some shape or form, or you can, and also that public thank you by email or in a staff meeting. However you can do it, it's really important, because people like to be thanked and recognised for the hours they give above and beyond their own subject. And the other part of marketing that often gets missed is the website. Every school has a website, every school has some kind of communication tool that they share information out with parents. Don't forget to keep music up on there, whether it's the sign-up form or application form for instrumental lessons, whether it's the poster for the next forthcoming concert, a video clip montage, a picture of work in the classroom that's going on. Any way that you can keep marketing that department and keep it fresh in the eyes of parents and the community, that's really very important. It's also important for the school to see that music's part of the everyday as well. That's time consuming, but by doing it, you actually keep the students engaged in music and keep the parents committed to music and keep paying for music lessons and investing in the programme. And we have to do that. It is part of being a music educator. It's part of modern society now, that we have to do that to keep our subject alive. So I hope a few tips have been helpful in ways of thinking about how you can keep marketing music, advocating for music within your school and in your community. So remember, in the classroom, promotion from you to the student, bring your energy, your enthusiasm is the first and best way of doing it. Second is use email and social media within your school platforms. Remember not to be sending personal emails out to personal student account. Keep yourself safe. use school emails. Celebrate successes wherever and whenever possible, whether that's the concerts, celebrating your colleagues helping out, celebrating a child doing particularly well. If there's a video of a recording of students doing particularly well in your lesson, share that with a parent, share that with the school. Again, obviously remember to, if you're sharing it outside of school, that you have all those permission slips and the signed video permission slips. And make sure you thank people and keep posting about your subject on the website. Have a relationship with the website manager and get them on board with promoting your subject, because that's how we help advocate for music and music education. We all know it's valuable. We all know the value of it. We know about it health-wise. We know about it mentally. We know about the joy of music, how important it is to our young people, and how it is a lifelong career for some people and a lifelong hobby for lots. So we know all that value, but we just have to keep, unfortunately, marking it to everybody, and we have to keep saying it to people. So for September, for this school year, try to remember you're a marketeer as well as a musician. Add that to the list, but it's really, really important for us to keep music alive. Hope this tip has been really helpful. If you've enjoyed this video, feel free to subscribe to the channel. Feel free to like the video, share the video, or leave any comments of any topics you want me to talk about, and hopefully share some good practice and some good tips. I'm Rachel Hardman. This is Passionate About Music. Thanks for joining.